and that was peanuts, which they call goober. Supposedly, and everything that I tell you may or may not be true. So just take it with a grain of salt. But this is what I heard. I talked to Joe Sweeney, and I knew Joe Sweeney, and he said it went this way. Marching through the sand roads coming up out of Georgia, because we've got a Georgia flag here, up through South Carolina. You would get on a railroad for about 30 miles, then you have to get off, and you have to march 30 miles, get on another railroad, go 15 miles, get off, then you get on one, get to the Wilmington and Weldon Railroad, you could go all the way from Wilmington, North Carolina, up to Petersburg, Virginia. But until you got there, until you got to Wilmington, it was kind of patchwork. And so you were doing a lot of marching on hot, sandy roads, and when you see a crop, like corn, sweet potatoes, peanuts, you come up with some kind of excuse to stay there overnight, and you strip that field. And of course, you're talking about, in the case of peanuts and even corn, you talk about the green corn and green peanuts and that. Well, they made coffee out of the peanut hulls, okay? And you had boiled peanuts and you had parched peanuts, and you know, you've heard Forrest Gump expound on this as far as shrimp. Well, same with peanuts. But this song came from pulling these goobers out of the ground and doing whatever you needed to do with them, sustenance-wise. And so jump right on this, because if you heard this for the first time, you would be really inspired to sing along with this. Lying in the shadows underneath the tree, chatting with my messmates as the time leaves. What another pleasure enchanter than these, wearing out your grinders, eating goober peas. Everybody. Peas, 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 eating goober peas. Goodness, how delicious, eating goober peas. Again. Peas, 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 eating goober peas. Goodness, how delicious, eating goober peas. You can tell the men wrote this song because they talk about officers in a left-handed way, a backhanded way. Officers had horses. The men said, yeah, the officers ride us, the army guys, like a mule. When a horseman passes, the soldiers have a rule. They holler at their loudest, hey mister, here's your mule. What another pleasure enchanter than these, wearing out your grinders, eating goober peas. Peas, 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 eating goober peas. Goodness, how delicious, eating goober peas. Peas, 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 eating goober peas. Goodness, how delicious, eating goober peas. All right, y'all are doing good. And I'm going to do just a little taste of a couple of other songs, because now we're to, okay, there were a lot of songs written during the war, about the war, but there's songs written after the war.